Which is larger, the area of the Pacific Ocean or the area of all the world's land? You'll find out when one of these three contestants wins the chance to drive home in this brand new Buick LeSabre Limited Coupe in just a split second. And now, here's the star of our show, Monty Hall.
Thank you very much and welcome to Split Second. This is a show where we have so much fun with our contestants. They have to be very quick on the trigger and know an awful lot of knowledge, and of course you play along right with them at home. Incidentally, in answer to the question today, the area of the Pacific Ocean is about 25% bigger than all the land in the world. When I want fishing room, I want fishing room, right? Anyhow, we welcome you to our show, and I hope that you enjoy watching our contestants compete to win cash or the brand new car that you saw at the beginning of the show. And we'll meet our players in just a moment. I know this is our champion who's won 3 straight days in a row. Never selected the right screen for the car.
I don't know what's wrong with me, Monty. I just can't do it.
Well, you just keep adding up the money for each win and then win the car at the end.
Well, that might be pretty good strategy, eh?
Yeah, that's a nice strategy. Good. Well, we'll find out more about Catherine. As a matter of fact, something about each of the contestants when we tune in to Sandy.
All right, Monty, first we do have our returning champion, a lady who has swimmingly worked her way into winnings of over $4,700 in just 3 shows, Catherine Young. Then a man who enjoys the icy weather because he loves to play broom ball, Jeffrey Mott. And on your right, a lady who enters and enters and enters contests and has won a whopping $319 so far. Meet Mary McGuire.
Catherine, all the days you've been here with us on the show, I've never asked you what you're going to do with all the money, because you've earned several $1,000s so far. What are you going to do with the dough?
Monty, have you ever heard of credit card debts?
Am I married?
Yeah. Well, that's where the money's going to go first, and then there's some personal debts I have to pay.
Oh, my goodness, you could use the dough.
I could.
Well,
yeah.
then glad you're winning all the money. Jeffrey, you like broom ball?
Yes.
That's a game that's played on ice like hockey, but you use brooms. And what are these, a round
It's about an
leather
8-inch
ball?
round rubber ball.
A rubber ball?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, of course, broom ball, I've always figured, is a game that they devised for guys like me who can't skate too well.
That's exactly what it is.
Is that it? Because, if you can't skate, you can't play hockey.
That's right.
I found that out when I was coming in on right wing once, and the defenseman put me into the 8th row.
I never got to get in on right wing. So.
No. Well, play broom ball and enjoy it, and enjoy this show today, too, and hope that you're very successful.
Nice.
Mary, I'm going to find out something about you a little later on before we start our second round. So before we start our first round, let me describe how we play split second. As you know, there are 3 answers to each question. I want only one answer from each of you. Every time that you come up with the right answer, if 3 of you do, it's worth $10. If 2 of you come up with the answer, it's $25. And if only one of you comes up with the answer, it's worth $50 to each of you. Now, you buzz in to see who's going to answer first, but you can't buzz in until you see the full question come up on the screen. If you buzz in too fast, you'll get locked out. So if you're ready, get your hands poised, and here we go with round 1. Let's have chicken dinners in different countries. Here are the names of 3 famous chicken dishes. Pick one and tell me the country in which it originated. Look at the screen. Coq au vin, arroz con pollo, chicken paprika. Mary.
Coq au vin, France.
Right. Catherine.
Arroz con pollo, Mexico.
Not right. I'm sorry. And Jeffrey.
Chicken paprika, America.
No, chicken paprika is Hungary and arroz con pollo is Spain. So only one person gets right, and it's our newcomer, Mary, gets the full $50. It's where it originated. It may have gone to Mexico from Spain. One of the most publicized ladies in America is Jackie Onassis. So let's see if you've been keeping up with the news about Jackie and her family. Answer these questions. Look at the screen. I want Jackie's maiden name, her son's name, and her daughter's name, Catherine.
Her maiden name is Bouvier.
That is correct, Mary.
Her son's name is Jan.
Jan?
Jan. Her son's name.
Oh, is John?
Yes.
It's just that Buffalo accent that
Right.
gets me. I see. Jeffrey?
Her daughter's name is Caroline.
Caroline, right. Jan and Caroline is right. So I give you each $10. Every famous battle was fought in an equally famous war. As a matter of fact, before I give the question, I want you to know that I have a friend in Buffalo who keeps calling me Manty.
Oh, yeah?
It's true. That's how I recognize where you're from. Every famous battle was fought in an equally famous war. I'll give you the battles. You tell me the name of the war it was fought in. Look at the screen. The Battle of the Marne, Battle of Gettysburg, Battle of Quebec. Catherine.
Battle of Gettysburg was the American Civil War.
That's right, Jeffrey. Which war? Give me a war, Mary.
Battle of Quebec was the French Revolution.
No, that was the 7 Years' War. The Battle of Marne was in World War I. A little before your time. Catherine scores all the points in that round, gets 50, and takes a lead, or is tied with Mary right now. Cinderella wasn't the only one you know who was involved with shoes. Here are facts about 3 other folks associated with shoes. Pick a fact and name the shoe person. Look at the screen. There is Debbie Singing Daddy. There's someone who had a hole in the sole of the shoe, was very famous, and somebody ate his shoe in the movie The Gold Rush. Mary.
Pat Boone, Debbie's
That's
father.
right. That's right, Catherine.
Charlie Chaplin ate his shoe in the movie The Gold Rush.
Yeah, I have the feeling that it was really made of some food. I don't think he ate the leather, do you? Knowing Chaplin, it could have been the leather.
Yeah, who knows?
Jeffrey? Who was the famous person who had a hole in the sole of the shoe and people all over the world found out about it? He was a man who ran for President of the United States. His name was Adlai Stevenson. And so Catherine and Mary get $25 each. Here are 3 hit Rodgers and Hammerstein songs, each from a different movie. Pick one, name the movie it comes from. What movie does this? Oh, What a Beautiful Morning, You'll Never Walk Alone, Climb Every Mountain. Catherine.
You'll Never Walk Alone is The Sound of Music.
You'll Never Walk Alone is not The Sound of Music. Mary?
Climb Every Mountain, The Sound of Music.
That is right. Jeffrey?
No.
Oh, What a Beautiful Morning, Oklahoma. And You'll Never Walk Alone was from Carousel. Mary, you get the whole $50 all to yourself. 3 of the last 4 prestigious Nobel Peace Prizes have been awarded to 3 men who are often in the headlines. I'll give you the year and some facts about these Peace Prize Nobelists. You name them. Look at the screen. 1986 author and Nazi camp survivor, a South African bishop, and a Polish labor leader, Catherine.
1986 prize winners Elie Wiesel.
Elie Wiesel is right. Mary.
83 Polish labor leader Lech Wałęsa.
That's right. Jeffrey?
The 1984 South African bishop is Desmond Tutu.
You're all correct, and you all score $10. Well done. Well done. Hawaii has been the locale for 3 hit television shows. I'll name the top male stars. You name the series. Look at the screen. Jack Lord, Tom Selleck, and Bob Conrad and Anthony Isley. Catherine.
Jack Lord is, of course, Hawaii Five-0.
That's right. Mary.
Tom Selleck, Magnum PI.
Right. Jeffrey.
Bob
Conrad and Anthony Isley.
Hawaiian Eye.
Hawaiian Eye is right. All 3 of you score again. You know what's interesting? As we come to the end of the first round, what's interesting is the fact that we go from questions on split second all the way from Nobel Prizes to the stars of television series. So you have to have great knowledge in all areas, and you did very well in that first round. We'll be back with the second round where we double the stakes right after this. Barry, as we like to find out things about our contestants, at the beginning of the show, Sandy introduced you as someone who entered contests.
Yes.
And made about $300 and some odd dollars. What kind of contests? To finish last line or things like that?
Radio contests mostly.
What do they have to do?
Oh, you call up, you answer trivia questions, or high-low where you guess the dollar amount, or anything really involving money or prizes.
But so far, only $300 and some odd dollars.
Right. That was the biggest prize so far.
Yeah. Well, you'll make more money today than you made in all
I
those
hope
contests.
so.
And maybe even farther than that.
Oh, I really hope so.
All right, well, as we end the first round, we take a look at the score, and it's a pretty close game. And the scores right now show me that Mary has 155, is in the lead. Catherine has 105 in second place. Jeffrey, you only have $30. Here's a chance for you to make a comeback because we double the stakes. 20 for 3 answers, 50 for only 2 of you getting the answer, 100 if only 1 of you gets the answer. A chance to make a comeback, and of course, you're jockeying for position too, because that countdown round where you determine who goes for the car, you get a little bit of a handicap going into that countdown round depending on how well you do in the first 2 rounds. Here are 3 hilarious characters created by 3 hilarious women comics. Pick a character, name the funny lady who created it. Look at the screen. Who created Roseanne Dana? I like that, Rosanna Dana. And Ernestine and Heidi Abramowitz. Jeffrey.
Rosanna Dana's Gilda Radner.
That's correct. And Catherine?
Heidi Abramowitz is Joan Rivers.
And Mary?
Ernestine is Lily Tomlin.
All of you are right. Then you get $20 apiece. Here are 3 expressions that go with 3 different sports. Pick one and tell me the sport it goes with. Look at the screen. The bullpen, the pits, the paddock. Catherine?
Bullpen baseball.
Right. Jeffrey?
The paddock horse racing.
Right. Mary? The pits?
The pits racing, car racing.
That's right, automobile racing. Each one of you scores again. Diamonds are the most brilliant of all stones and are generally transparent and colorless. I'll name 3 other precious gemstones. You pick one, name its color. Look at the screen. Topaz, lapis lazuli, amethyst. Catherine.
Lapis lazuli is blue.
That's right. Mary.
Amethyst is purple.
Purple or violet? I accept both. Jeffrey.
Topaz is turquoise, blue.
No, it's brown. Light brown. And so the girls know their jewelry here, and they score and get $50 each. And now Mary's in the lead, Catherine a second, Jeffrey still trails. Some streets are world famous, like Broadway in New York and the Champs-Élysées in Paris. Well, here are three other world famous streets. Pick one and name the city it's in. Look at the screen. Carnaby Street, Via Veneto, and Basin Street. Catherine?
Basin Street, New Orleans.
That's right. Mary?
Via Vente is in Venice.
No, the Via Veneto is not in Venice. Jeffrey?
Carnaby Street in Chicago.
No, Carnaby Street in London and Via Veneto in Rome. Catherine, our champion, gets $100 all to herself and forges back into the lead. Three of America's outstanding writers won fame and fortune with novels based on their experiences in either World War I or II. Here are those three war novels. Pick one and name the author. Look at the screen. The Naked and the Dead, Who Wrote A Farewell to Arms, and The Young Lions. Catherine?
Naked and the Dead was Norman Mailer.
That's right. Jeffrey?
Farewell to Arms, Hemingway.
Hemingway is right. Mary?
The Young Lions, Fitzgerald.
No, Irwin Shaw. So Catherine and Jeffrey score $50 each on that one. Now we'll turn to music. I'll give you the names of headliners of three top singing groups. Pick a headliner and tell me the name of their backup group. Look at the screen. Dion, Martha, and Paul Revere, and Jeffrey.
Dion and the Belmonts.
Good for you. Catherine.
Paul Revere and the Raiders.
That's right. Mary?
Martha and the Vandellas.
Hey, you kids know your music, don't you? All right, all three of you score correct. And now we're going to go all the way to the Bible. The Bible tells us that God gave Noah 7 days to load the ark with his family and all the living creatures he was commanded to take. Look at this list and tell me how many of each were aboard the ark. Number of sons, number of women, number of each animal species. Catherine.
Number of sons, 3.
That's right. Shem, Ham, Japheth. And Jeffrey?
Animal species was 2 of each.
That's right. 1 male, 1 female. Mary, leaving you with the number of women aboard that ark.
7.
No, there were 4. There were Noah's and his sons' wives. 4 ladies on that ship. And they must have done a lot of talking because he didn't sail too long. Now, we take a look at the score, and we have Catherine with $415, Mary with $265, Jeffrey with $190. Here are the names of 3 major islands. You name the country they belong to. Look at the screen. To what country do they belong? And we'll go first of all to Catherine.
Newfoundland belongs to Canada.
Right? Mary?
Greenland belongs to Canada.
No, that is not right. Jeffrey?
Canary Islands belong to the Virgin Islands.
No, they belong to Spain, and Greenland belongs to Denmark. And Catherine, another $100 as the solo winner in that round. Again, our champion is looking for her 4th win today, and let's see if she can do it. Paul Newman and Robert Redford are not only movie stars, but show their talents in other areas. I'll give you 3 other facts about them. Pick one and tell me, is it Redford or Newman that fits the fact? Look at the screen. Which one won the Oscar? Who races cars? Who markets own salad dressing? Catherine.
Market's own salad dressing is Paul Newman.
That's right, and it's a good one. It's a very good one. Jeffrey.
Races cars is Paul Newman.
And he's also a champion in that. Mary?
Oscars for directing is Robert Redford.
Yes, he got it for directing Ordinary People. All 3 of you score, and each one of you gets $20 more. All I want from each of you now are the numbers that are missing in the following statements. Look at the screen. There's a number missing. The colonists defeat troops of King George the What. The present Pope is John Paul the What. And the French guillotine King Louis the What. And we go to Mary.
Colonists defeat the troops of King George the II.
Sorry. Catherine.
The present Pope was John Paul II.
That is correct. Jeffrey?
King Louis XIV.
No, Louis XVI and King George III is the one that they were rebelling against. And so we have a single winner again, and guess who? Catherine is now up to $635. I'm going to give you the last names of 3 great comedy teams. Pick a team, give me the first names of both comics. Look at the screen. There they are. Give me the first names of both members. Catherine.
Burns and Allen is George Burns and Gracie Allen.
That's right. Jeffrey.
It's Lou Abbott and Bud Costello.
That's right. And
Rowan
Mary?
and Martin is Dan Rowan and Dick Martin.
That's right. So you each score $20 on that one. Grant Wood is a well-known American painter. Are these well-known painters considered American too? Look at the screen. They are Grandma Moses and Winslow Homer and Frederick Remington. Catherine says.
Grandma Moses is American.
Yes, Jeffrey?
Remington is not.
He was. I'm sorry. Mary?
Winslow Homer is.
Yes, he is. So the 2 ladies scoring at $50 apiece. And now, at the end of the second round, Catherine has $705, Mary $355, and Jeffrey with $230. When the countdown round comes up, the ladies are going to have an advantage over the gentlemen. We'll be right back to that. Well, this is the countdown round, which determines who goes for the car. The questions are just as before, but with one little difference. This time, when you buzz in, you can give me 1, 2, or all 3 answers. That allows somebody to come from behind and win, too. Now, because you were in the lead, Catherine, with $705, you will only have to come up with 4 answers. And Mary was in second place. She has to come up with 5. Jeffrey, you were trailing. You have to come up with 6. But as I said, this time when you buzz in, you can answer all 3 so that you could make a comeback from behind. We start off with those numbers. Every time you have a right answer, you count down 1. The first one to 0 is the winner, goes for the car. Okay, here we go. Within the past 30 years, there have been at least 13 meetings between the President of the United States and the head of the Russian government. I'll name the years and presidents. You name the Russian leader he met with. Look at the screen. And now we've got Catherine going first.
Nixon and Brezhnev.
Nixon and Brezhnev is right. You may continue.
Kennedy and Khrushchev.
That is correct. Continue.
Johnson and Brezhnev.
No, that's not right. Jeffrey, can you give me the last one?
Johnson and Brezhnev.
No. Mary?
Johnson and Khrushchev.
No. Johnson and Kosygin. So Catherine goes all the way down to 2. Mary still needs 5. Jeffrey still needs 6. Catherine could go out on this next question unless she stopped. Ireland has been the birthplace of many of the world's great writers. I'll name a book, a play, and a poem. You name the Irish author. Look at the screen. And Catherine comes in first.
Ulysses, James Joyce.
One more and you've got the game.
Pygmalion, George Bernard Shaw.
You've got yourself another championship. The Ballad of Reading Jail, or Reading Jail, was Oscar Wilde. That was the last part of that question. And our champion has done it again. Well, she's a 4-day champion, and I'm telling you, it's going to be exciting when you go back there for the car in a few moments. But right now, let's say to Jeffrey that it was a short appearance on the show, but you picked up $230. You can buy a lot of brooms to play broom ball with that. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Mary, you made about as much money on today's appearance, $355, as you did on those radio contests.
That's all right.
And I thank you so much for being here as well.
Thank
now, I want you to sit back there and keep your fingers crossed and hope that our champion, who you were competing against today, now you pulling for her,
right,
as she goes for her automobile for the 4th straight day on Split Second. She's a 4-time champion. Champion, are you ready to test yourself now?
Yes.
I noticed that you were wearing red for luck every day. Now you've changed to sort of a blue color,
But
right?
I have my lucky sunglasses on.
Oh, you got
Monty.
your lucky sunglasses.
Yeah.
And they're red, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're pink.
Catherine, come with me. We'll take a little walk up there, and we're going to visit that automobile that you're trying for. And there it is, a shiny black car. Well, Catherine, for the 4th time now, you're the champion, and for the 4th time, you're going for this beautiful automobile, which Sandy will describe for us.
Well, Monty and Catherine, it's the elegant Buick LeSabre Limited Coupe, featuring a powerful 3.8-liter V6 engine, automatic transmission, and all the standard equipment Buick is famous for. The LeSabre.
All right, this is the automobile. Now, let me review with you that on your previous 3 visits, you chose screens 2, 3, and 5, right? That means today we're going to black them out, and they're not even in the competition. So let's close number 2, let's close number 3, and let's close number 5. There are only 2 screens left now for you to choose from. The odds improve day by day as you win. Now there are only 2 screens left. There's number 1 and there's number 4, and it's up to you to make your choice right now. Catherine, choose the screen you want.
I'll try number 4.
It's going to be number 4 that she chooses. It's her 4th time. Let's see if the 4th is the lucky one. We walk up to number 4, hit the music, and turn it around. And what have we got back there? We have got the car! All right! A victory! A victory for Catherine. Well, I want you to know that it's a popular win. You're a popular champion. This automobile is yours. And so, Catherine, may I be the first one to say, please enter into your car. And I know the other contestants want to come on and wish you well. I'm going to ask them to come by. And we're going to have everyone come around and say to our champion, a popular win, right? Everybody feels the same way about this young lady. You also picked up $5,440 in cash. Now you can pay all those bills, and when you pay them, you can drive right to the person's home and say, here's your money in your brand new car. And that's the win that she had, and I know you were pulling for her. We all were. Lonnie was pulling, I was pulling, and she did it. So congratulations to Catherine Young, and from all of us on Split Second, join us next time and see if somebody else can do it next time round on Split Second.
Split Second is a Stephen Haydas, Monty Hall production in association with Viacom.